Four months between my last two videos. Fuck it, let's play some games to keep my mind off it. Makes sense, I was feeling burnt out. Yes, that was the only reason I made this video. For that one pun. Seriously. I'd say it was worth it.
Burnout is the first game in a long-running racing series which saw its release on the GameCube in 2002, among other systems. Developed by Christian Games, Burnout saw a more realistic type of racing game with the emphasis on one thing: mortality. As if the box art for the games wasn't enough indication.
But for now though, we're playing the first game in the series, so let's get in the driver's seat and please, for the love of God, keep your seatbelt on. You'll need it. For your own sake.
Yeah, that cameraman's dead. Now, as you dive into the different modes, you are given the option to pick your car and colour. There's a fair number of them, not loads, but enough to feel satisfied with. It's also nice to switch up the model between races for variety, but I've just gotta keep that red. Gotta keep the TomatoMobile crisp. The TomatoMobile. Sleek, elegant, red, masterful control, trustworthy handbrake, can reach top speeds and able to withstand anything. Oh god! Oh no!
Well, it's all well and good having a decent car, but if the gameplay's rubbish, then it's not worth it, is it? It's just not worth it.
Luckily, Burnout is pretty damn fun. Simple, but fun. Instead of basically racing around the track a number of times, although you still kind of do that, you have to reach checkpoints within a time limit, which makes things really intense. There is nothing more satisfying than hitting the checkpoint right as it hits one. Also, unlike other races like Mario Kart, you really need that B button. The handbrake is essential to making tight turns because of the speed you're going. Really, when you hit top speed in this game, you really start to feel the speed. I'm raring to go! Right from the get-go, I'm just revving! At 0 miles per hour! If you want, you even have the option of racing the first person. Let's give that a go. I regret this immediately! The cars all feel different, which adds to the variety and replayability to find out which one suits you best. But don't get too attached.
Oh! Oh god! Well, there I go. I've gotten carried away and alienated everyone again.
Something that really stuck out to me is how nice this game looks. Burnout came out in 2002, so for a game that came out close to the new console generation's start, it's very impressive. Great way to show off what the GameCube could do back in the day. Hell, I'm even enjoying the soundtrack. One might think that maybe a game like this, trying to be realistic, stop it, would have a licensed soundtrack, but the original score adds to the intensity and mood the game is going for. In a way, it kind of separates it from other racing games. When you're playing a Burnout game, you know you're playing a Burnout game and not some other realistic generic car game. It's there in the name. Although looking at it, it should really be called don't Burnout. That's not a thing we recommend, thank you.
Now that sounds like a franchise.
Something you will learn to do over the course of the game is to sabotage other racers by ramming them into other cars. It weirdly immerses you much more because the stakes are higher. Anyone can die here, but that panic of crashing and then respawning with less time really gets you going. But then it makes you much more reckless. And you will crash. A lot. And just for you sadists out there, every race ends with a crash replay. Enjoy it, you little rascals. Worth noting that with every crash, an amount of money appears on screen. Oh, if I had to calculate how much I owe these people. Well,
I can't count that many, but I know it's at least $5. But what's a racing game without racetracks?
Burnout offers a whole list of courses that span over a vast amount of locations. These include forest roads, cliffside roads, and cities featuring bridges and tunnels.
Sure, that bridge was fun to drive over, but let's select another track. Sorry, I meant another track.
Okay, it turns out most of the later tracks are just the first handful spliced together to give the illusion that it's a new track.
Also, I forgot to mention, these races are really long.
The first race went on for 8 minutes. The first race. And while I'm on a rant, I have no idea what that bar does. It slowly fills up as you drive, however it comes down upon crashing. Taking into account the average time it takes to crash, you have to be the best down driver there ever was in order to fill that up.
In fact, let me just have a look. Okay. The boost bar can be filled by near missing other vehicles, driving on the wrong side of the road, and drifting around corners at high speeds. Well, it's simple then. Drive like a fucking maniac and you'll be rewarded!
Yes! Endanger the public! One of the reasons to continue playing, other than mindless carnage, is to unlock more vehicles along the way. By taking part in face-off events, you can race against a new car which you unlock upon winning. These include a roadster, a saloon jit, a frickin' pickup truck, and bus. Race as a bus.
Well, I've heard of worse reasons for civilian casualties.
I'm invincible! I'm unstoppable! Honk honk, I'm a fucking bus!
Jesus Christ! What? What? What?
This is a video I made, and this was a video you watched, so thank you for doing so. If you like what you saw, you can always press that like button, because that's what it was made for, I think. But if you want to see more of the random shit I get up to, there's always the subscribe button. Maybe it's there, it's an option. I'm not gonna push you into it, it's there. If you have some spare time, why not check out my previous videos? On the left is the top 10 characters I wanted to see in Disney Infinity before it was so cruelly taken away from us. Bastards. And on the right is my review for Simpsons Wrestling on the PS1. I've been told that's a good one. Well, that's all from me this time. Ta-ta!
Jesus Christ! Ah! I'm glad I've got housemates.